Welcome to this video where I'll show you how to process your roses like a pro. Some items you may want to consider purchasing to help with processing your flowers. 6-inch bunch cutters. These are great for snipping softer stems such as ranunculus or gerberas. Ratchet pruners. These are my personal favorite. They're ideal for thicker stems such as roses, hydrangeas, or woody foliages. Quick dip solution. This is highly suggested for processing bulk roses and hydrangeas to help dry packed flowers fully and quickly absorb water. Flower food solutions. These are ideally formulated to help flowers bloom by providing balanced nutrients as well as an antibacterial agent. This helps keep the water and stems clear from bacteria, and it encourages full blooms. Okay, grab your roses. Ready, set, let's get started. Using a sharp pair of snips, cut approximately 1 to 3 inches off the bottom of the stems, taking care not to crush any stems. This step allows the water to be drawn up and into the bloom, helping the flowers stay straight and fully blooming. Once these are cut, you can dip the stems into the quick dip and hold them there for 2 seconds. 1, 2, and then place them into a bucket of water that has the floral preservative already added into it. You want to leave them for about 4 hours or overnight, and then they're ready for you to start cleaning. Okay, and that's what we're going to do here. They're probably going to come with a plastic sleeve attached to them, so take that off. And then what you're going to want to do is the cardboard sleeve. You're going to want to open these up. Watch the staples because they're quite shy. These are the beautiful Playa Blanca roses, but when you get them, they're going to be tight and they're going to have a lot of what you think is bruising on them. Okay, these are the guard petals. Don't be worried about them. We're going to let them get all nice and fat and fluffy, and we're going to take away all of those outer petals so that you're left with beautiful white flowers. Okay, taking away this. Recycling. These are recyclable. Your stems are compostable. They are fine to go into the compost, so do that. Okay? So what you're going to want to do is remove most of your stems of foliage. Okay? You're going to leave 2 to 3 at the top because this is going to help pull the water up for you. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go through all 25 stems of them and clean that off. Okay? So just one by one. Fortunately, these ones do not have a lot of thorns, which is wonderful. However, your variety may have thorns, and if that's the case, what you're going to want to do is make sure you've got a pair of gardening gloves, preferably something that's going to have a bit of that rubber surface on it, so that you can just rip them really quickly without the thorns getting to you. Okay? Okay, so that's your 25 done. Okay. So what you're going to want to do now is you're going to want to lay them all nice and straight. I generally line their heads up and then cut the stems blunt. Other people will blunt the ends and leave all the heads at different lengths. Usually when we're doing wedding work, they just need to be short anyway. So I like to do them this way because I feel like they just give a nice, neat, tidy appearance in the bucket, and none of them get like buried in and bruised by taller ones. So all I'm doing is just laying them all together, taking about half the bunch at once. Okay. Then we're going to take our snips. And again, now these are my ratchet pruners, which I absolutely love and adore. You can buy them on the site. I find them to be far superior to snips. So you can also get snips. Snips work well, but the thing I like about the ratchet pruners is that I can do 2 or 3 stems at once, and they go nice and easy. Now, you've probably heard the adage about cutting all your stems on an angle. And yes, that is perfectly good and industry standard practice, definitely. What that does is it allows for a lot of space for the water to take up to the stems. So when you do this, you can angle your snips if you like and do it. In my opinion, that amount of space versus the flat amount of space is not a huge difference, but it is industry practice and it is what's recommended. So if you can see here, they've got a bit of an angle on them. Now we're going to put them in our water, which we have put our holding solution in. You may have chosen to order the chemicals to add into your water, or you may not have. This is the Floral Life. This is 100 that I hold my flowers in. Then you may actually want to order the 300 because this is what helps your flowers bloom. These ones hold it nice and long so that they stay healthy for the longest time, but these ones encourage blooming. Okay. So that's in there. We've measured it out to the appropriate amount. There's probably 1.5 gallons, which is generally just a small scoopful. But you'll get instructions on measurements if you order the chemical as well. Okay. So again, we're just stacking them all up. Any leaves that are below a certain point, I will still take them off. But again, leave 2 to 3 sets at the top so that you can, they can take up their water. Okay. And again, you will see a lot of bruised petals right now, and that's perfectly normal. Here's the last of them. All right. So it's a little bit shorter so that they're all pretty much the same. Okay. So there's our beautiful bundle of our gorgeous Playa Blanca South American roses. The best roses do come from South America, Ecuador mostly, also Colombia, but Ecuador is the great one for roses. And that's where we choose to get our roses from. I'm going to show you how to clean the heads off. Here's our beautiful Playa Blancas. We'll show you what we want to do here. A lot of times I will see designers who just pick away all of the petals until it's this sad little bullet-shaped rose. And to me, it's just not a very pretty thing, especially in today's look where the preference is for them to be fat, fluffy, and, you know, open and beautiful. So err on the side of less, okay? You're going to see up here green running up the stem. You're going to see some curled leaves. You might see some bruising on it. So just 1 or 2 leaves or petals is all you want to pull off, okay? Tuck your thumb down and your finger down at the base and just pluck it off, okay? In the beginning, I really generally only do 2, sometimes 3. And if the guard petals are in good condition, I even really like to leave those because I find they give a nice element of texture that you wouldn't usually have. And again, this is only just your first step. When you go to put them in your vases and start working with them, you may find that you need to clean them a little bit more then, but maybe not. So again, see, we've got some bending and cutting and bruising. So we just want to pull that off because we know that that's not going to be any good. And we can take this one too if we want. Okay. Pop it right back in your bucket. Don't leave your flowers out of the water for any length of time because they will start creating a scab over the bottom, which will inhibit their water uptake. Okay. So again, see all the folding, all the bruising. We want to take that away. Okay. Let's pop it off. Take that one and take that one. So that was 3. That one. Okay. And again, this guy's bruised, a little battered. And as is that. There we go. Everyone else is pretty good. Okay. So I think you probably got the idea of what we're doing. So I'll leave it there for you. And then I will show you the fully cleaned bunch so that you can take a look at how nice it looks then. Okay. Okay. So your roses are all nice and cleaned off. Here's the beautiful heads of them. Something that I did want to mention, I did say that these are a Playa Blanca, which is a beautiful premium rose. Generally, the heads are larger. When I'm doing my wedding work, I do like to leave my roses out for a couple of days. So you may want to consider that when you are ordering your roses for your wedding. You'll see here also, these are the petals that are left. Each bunch of roses is 25 stems. If we take 2 to 3 off, you're going to have about 50 to 75 petals, but they're not in the best condition. So yes, you can keep them and you can use them, but they're not pristine. When we do petals, when we do rose petals, we actually clean them first like we do and then take all of the good roses. But no need to waste them. I'm sure you can find something to do with them. Dry them, use them for potpourri. But there you go. All right. Good luck with it.